welcome back to the channel. Today we're talking about Oak Hill. Oak Hill is an area of Nashville that is considered an affluent, luxury-filled area. It's lovely and it has some interesting residents. So stick with me on this all the way through and we'll talk about it. But a couple of the zip codes for Oak Hill are 37220, 37204, and 37027. So that'll kind of give you, if you're looking that up on the zip code map, you'll get to see the area that's considered Oak Hill. Okay, where is Oak Hill? Oak Hill is an exclusive residential suburb south of downtown Nashville, and it's known for its luxurious homes on large wooded lots, a quiet and rural feel, and excellent public and private schools within that general area. Now, you know what we say about schools, go to greatschools.org and check those out for yourself, but it's known as such. So while offering a peaceful setting, it provides quick access to Nashville's entertainment and restaurants, as well as the amenities of nearby Green Hills and Brentwood, and not so far from Franklin either. So residents enjoy ample green space, including the popular Radnor Lake State Park, and the area is home to the Tennessee Governor's Mansion. So one of our most well-known inhabitants or residents of Oak Hill. It is absolutely within the Davidson County and Nashville MSA and Davidson County city limits. So that's what we're going to talk about today, Oak Hill, and where it is and why it is what it is, and some of the cost per square foot, and just kind of give you an idea and a glimpse into that area of Nashville. Oak Hill is an affluent community with luxurious homes and estates featuring large private lots. The city is almost entirely residential, with a strict zoning for single-family homes, churches, and schools, creating a serene atmosphere. Despite its tranquil setting, Oak Hill is conveniently located to or near the downtown Nashville area, making it easy access for dining, shopping, and entertainment. The area is rich in nature, with Radnor Lake State Park offering hiking, biking, and kayaking opportunities. And we've talked about Radnor Lake State Park on some of our other videos, most recently with fun things to do in the summertime in Nashville if you don't belong to a country club. So we have quality schools in that area in Oak Hill, and it boasts excellent public schools within the Metro Davidson County school system. And frankly, it also offers and boasts a lot of great private schools as well. Oak Hill caters to high-end real estate market with its wide range of luxury homes and estates. And it's south of Nashville, just south of Nashville, between the communities of Forest Hills and Brentwood. So it's a very easy commute anywhere you need to go. We kind of consider that just a gem location for your outskirts and being into downtown Nashville as far as a commute is concerned, with alternative routes besides I-65. So some of the history and character of Oak Hill is in the early settlement of it, which, to be honest, it was incorporated as a separate city in 1952 before the Metro Nashville government was formed, and it maintains its own local government right off Franklin Road. But the early settlement of Oak Hill was originally a horse breeding farm called Traveler's Rest, established by Judge John Overton in the 1790s. Of course, it's rich in history when it comes to that, because there were Civil War battles, which several conflicts during the Battle of Nashville occurred in that Oak Hill area, and historical markers can be found throughout the city regarding these. It's a residential haven, so after a boom in residential construction following World War II, Oak Hill was incorporated specifically to preserve its low-density, single-family residential nature. So commercial development is prohibited within the city limits, contributing to its secluded feel. In today's atmosphere, Oak Hill is defined by its tranquility, exclusivity, and natural beauty. It's idyllic, it's safe, it's family-friendly setting with large tree-filled lots and a strong community spirit make it very, very desirable for people coming to the Nashville area who are interested in those things. There's luxury homes there, absolutely, and the housing market is known for its competitive luxury homes and estates, which are typically set on very large plots of land. So you're going to absolutely want to know more about that if you're looking in that luxury market. They're very desirable, and frankly, in the Nashville market, they don't stay on the market terribly long. Oak Hill is an attractive area for families due to its top-rated public and private schools. So for the public school, students attend Metro Davidson Public Schools, and that's Percy Priest Elementary and John Overton High School. For private schools, it's also known to be home to the prestigious private institutions such as Franklin Road Academy and Innsworth School and Father Ryan High School. Since Oak Hill is entirely residential, residents rely on the surrounding areas such as Green Hills and Brentwood and downtown Nashville for their dining, shopping, and entertainment. However, several significant points of interest are located within the Oak Hill borders. Radnor Lake, as I just expressed a few minutes ago, the Tennessee Governor's Residence, which is the official home of the state governor since 1949, is located in Oak Hill and is available for tours by reservation. Historic Travelers Rest, which we just discussed, by John Overton, which was the home of Judge John Overton, offers tours and educational programs. And the Nashville Zoo at Grassmere is just east of Oak Hill. So that's not in Oak Hill, but that is certainly a big attraction for us in the Nashville area. And we want you, as you enter into the fall, the zoo has lots of fun things to do. And be sure to get on their website and check that out, because when you come to Nashville, that could be a great thing for your family. So Oak Hill, a secluded suburban lifestyle with easy access to city amenities, is defining part of Oak Hill. The atmosphere is defined by privacy, luxury, and a strong sense of community. So tranquility and exclusivity are some of the definitions that go into that Oak Hill idea. The residential havens, unlike many other Nashville suburbs, Oak Hill has decades-old zoning levels that prohibit commercial development. This ensures the character remains peaceful and exclusively residential. The vibe is quiet and reserved with no local nightlife. The luxury estates there are, it's just flat out known for that, with its spacious, expansive lots. They're large, they're oftentimes wooded. Mature trees and rolling hills contribute to an elegant park-like feel in the Oak Hill area. It's considered safe and secure. It's considered one of the safest areas in Nashville, and with low crime rates that are a major draw for families seeking a secure environment. Its natural beauty definitely contributes to its excitability, and the community prides itself on preserving its natural landscapes. The outdoor residents have direct access to Radnor Lake State Park, which is a 1,200-acre protected area with extensive hiking trails and wildlife viewing and opportunities. The other interests include gardening, walking, and enjoying the abundance of trees. Family friendly. The combination of quiet streets, large yards, and a safe atmosphere makes it a very popular choice for families and retirees. So, it does have some community things like its 4th of July parade and picnic. Neighbors often rate the area highly for its friendly atmosphere. Its proximity to Nashville, which we touched on already, despite its feel, Oak Hill is conveniently located just minutes from all the dining and shopping and entertainment hubs in Green Hills, in Brentwood, 12 South. This provides the best of both worlds because it has quiet living with easy access to those urban amenities. And honestly, in this Nashville market, it is so nice to be able just to drive about 10 minutes and get everything you want and then get on home to your private, secluded, luxurious estate. How Southern and Nashville is that? It's wonderful. So the community profile leans a bit conservative with a high proportion of homeownership. Residents tend to be well educated and affluent, with a higher cost of living contributed to its luxury status. Yes, Oak Hill is an incorporated city, but it's significantly smaller and more exclusively residential than Brentwood. Oak Hill operates as a satellite city within the borders of the metro government of Nashville and Davidson County. And unlike Brentwood, it's entirely residential with no commercial zoning. So let's just do a quick comparison of Oak Hill and Brentwood because they're not so far from each other. Oak Hill's in Davidson County. It's just south of downtown Nashville. Brentwood is in Williamson County, and it's about 11 miles south of downtown Nashville. When it comes to a commercial presence, Oak Hill obviously doesn't have that. Exclusively residential with no businesses or commercial zoning within the city limits. And then, of course, Brentwood is a thriving commercial entity with numerous offices and commercial entities, retail options, residential options, and then, of course, dining as well. When it comes to population of the various areas, Oak Hill only has about 4,700 residents. And then, of course, Brentwood is one of our larger areas of Nashville with 45,000 residential as of 2023. So it's actually grown since then as well. Okay, when we're talking about things like police and fire department and things like that, even though Oak Hill has its own government, it absolutely relies on Metro Davidson County for those services. Brentwood is its own entity, has its own fire and police and that type of thing. So two different, very significant differences to utilize as a comparison between Brentwood and, say, Oak Hill. When it comes to zoning, Oak Hill deliberately maintains a low-density, single-family residential character with large wooded lots, and Brentwood intentionally features a mix of residential, commercial, and service zoning with a much higher population density than Oak Hill. Both Oak Hill and Brentwood offer affluent, family-friendly, suburban lifestyles. Several key differences beyond commercial development shape their day-to-day living. These distinctions involve the community size, feel, housing, and access to the amenities. Oak Hill is much smaller. Residents often know their neighbors, and local news and events are easily shared. Brentwood, as a larger and more established city of over 45,000 people, offers more amenities, community services, but it also has a strong sense of community with larger scale, and it lends itself to a more suburban rather than a small town feel. Talking about Oak Hill versus Brentwood on their housing, you have larger estates in Oak Hill with an emphasis on preserving the natural and wooded landscape. Many homes are older ranch-style properties built in the mid-20th century, though there are also renovated and newer luxury builds, very big, and the setting feels more like an exclusive rural lifestyle enclave. In Brentwood, the housing stock is more diverse. I mean, you've got everything with a wider variety of home sizes, styles available, including newer developments. You have also those mid-century moderns. You have absolutely great, big, enormous new builds. You have older, larger estates in Brentwood. And it also has beautiful green spaces and large homes with density is higher. And many neighborhoods feel like more traditionally planned suburbs and communities rather than the Oak Hill scenario. We talked about your drive times being a little further. Obviously in Oak Hill, you have to drive to everything that's not your home or a school. And obviously Brentwood offers all those things that people in Oak Hill might drive to, but they also may go into Nashville or Green Hills or whatnot for those things. So rather than jump back on there, I mean, it's definitely, you've got all your upscale shopping and commercial options, restaurants, things that you want to do are all within about 10 minutes of you if you live in the Oak Hill area, but you're definitely driving to them. And in Brentwood, though you may be driving, the whole community offers it. You may never want to go into Nashville for any of it, unless there's just a special place that you want to go to in particular. So, a couple of key differences between that. And I consider them both kind of a neighborhood, if you want to know the truth. Brentwood's just a great big city neighborhood and suburb, and Oak Hill is a neighborhood in which you live. But these are all just various areas that I've touched on these videos, and we could get on a one-on-one call and talk about what is appealing to you. Obviously, price range is important here. You will need to have your pre-qual letters at all times anyway before we go looking. So let's get on and click on the links below and talk to my favorite lender, and let's get an idea of what is comfortable for you before we go traveling anywhere. But honestly, they're the right house will present itself, whether it's Oak Hill, Brentwood, Forest Hills, any of the other places that we've touched on in these videos. Certainly Hendersonville, Gallatin, Mount Juliet, Franklin, all of these places have options for people depending on what their price structure is. So we want to talk about those things one-on-one. So if you haven't liked and subscribed to the channel, hopefully you will do so. I'd love to talk to you and we'll talk a little more about the differences in the areas. But Oak Hill is such a lovely area with its cost per square foot sitting over 500. So that's kind of an interesting dynamic there that we haven't really pushed on or touched on in some of our videos. We definitely captured some of that opportunity in the luxury listings before, but let's talk about that for a second. Just some little things to actually bring into this real estate oriented, other than just, is it exclusive, is it not? The median price per square foot for a listing is about $510. The median price per square foot for the sale can be anywhere from $335 all the way up to that $510. So these are some things that we look at, and we actually, even though we quote a whole lot of Redfin, a whole lot of homes.com, a whole lot of, you know, Zillow on these videos of mine, honestly, nobody can tell you that information better than if we just get on our one-on-one call and I actually do some CMAs of the area to show you the most recent data. So let's keep that in mind. But it's important to note that the overall price per square foot in Oak Hill is heavily influenced by several factors like the property type and condition. As an exclusive neighborhood with a range of housing styles, the condition of the property, the age of the property, any upscale amenities that they've added or brought into the home, actually updating, those things are all part of what gives it that more valuable price per square foot, as we know. There's some luxury features that obviously are important here, and we've talked about those on the last video. When we talk about luxury properties, we're talking about high-end finishes, pools, extensive gardens that can drive up the price, as well as just the absolute condition of the home. So, and then we have market fluctuations that absolutely affect everything. Gee, we're a market and we have real estate and there's been some changes. The median price per square foot is subject to market shifts. For example, Redfin reported that the median sale price per square foot was down 32.3% year over year as of July 2025. But you know, we've had some rate increases since the fall of 22 that dramatically affected a lot of buying and selling in the Nashville area. When we talk about branches of post office, you know, when I'm talking city to city and how far it is, it does not have its own post office. That's why it is considered a Nashville address. Oak Hill is a neighborhood, even though it's a city, it is a neighborhood in Nashville. So its city is within the Nashville area. Its postal codes are what I said before at 37220, 37204, and 37027. Its government office is on Franklin Road and about in the 5500 block. So that's something to consider as well. So it does have its own little government office in Oak Hill. So wonderful things to think about. It's just an area that promotes a lot of luxury living in various forms, lots of changes. If somebody took a mid-century ranch and deleted it and built one of those beautiful homes that you're seeing all over the internet that you want to, in very large scale, you know, that can be in Oak Hill. Can you find a restored property in Oak Hill? Absolutely. Can you find a historic property in Oak Hill? Absolutely. So just wanted to get on here and talk about some differences in areas in Nashville, where we want to go. Should you want to live there? Is that appealing? All that park-like setting? Do you want those mature trees and that whole feel to be centrally located, very closely located to a lot of very important places and things that you'll go to, like your retail, your dining, your shopping, your great schools? Again, get on greatschools.org and check out those schools that we mentioned on here. Thanks for watching. Absolutely looking forward to meeting with you again. So until next week, see you next time.